Uh-oh. Alright. Time to feed the viewers. Time to feed the viewers. Oh yeah, as usual. Feed the hungry viewers. You know how it goes. Oh, by the way, hello viewers. Me again, it's nighttime. What time is it? 9:30 at night. Another beautiful day. Yeah. Hope your five senses work. Health and strength is good or excellent. What? So you ready for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth? Okay. Alright. Well, I'm about to give you the system requirements. Now for you portable PC users, listen to this. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth on PC requires Geforce RTX 20 or Radeon 6000 series GPU, 155 gigs of storage. Yeah. The prices got to go up. The specs got to go up. Sorry, this ain't the 8-bit Nintendo days anymore. Stop crying. Anyway, look, says here part 2 of Final Fantasy VII remake trilogy comes to PC January 23rd. All right, so there something to look forward to. The second part of Square Enix planned Final Fantasy remake of Final Fantasy VII is set to launch on PC nearly after PlayStation 5 version. Performance detail and PC features have been revealed along with the full system requirement. Although it doesn't utilize the same graphics engine, the PC system requirements for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth closely resemble those for notoriously demanding Final Fantasy 16, so its performance might be similar. Fans continue from Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate, released in 2022, have noted the sequel's significant specs increase. The game 155 gigs in storage requirement should be unsurprising to anyone who have installed high-end games recently. Yeah, stop crying. Anyway, it says here, however, those still using older graphics card should know that Final Fantasy VII Rebirth doesn't support AMD RX 5000 or NVIDIA G10 series. It says here, achieving the 1080p 30 FPS gameplay with low graphics setting demand at least RX 6600 or NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2620 or Intel Arc A580 shader model 6.6 or newer is required, but it is unclear if that is preventing RDNA 1 or Pascal cards from running the game. Alan Wake 2 enforced similar stiff minimum requirements due to its used mesh shaders. More recently, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle look out older cards because it demands hardware accelerate ray tracing. Although Square Enix recommend high-end GPUs like RX 7900, XTX, or RX 4080 or 4K 60 FPS gameplay with the high-end graphics settings, the specs sheets doesn't account for the upscaling Final Fantasy VII Rebirth NVIDIA DLSS, but the company hasn't confirmed whether FSR XeSS are also included. And then it says Square Enix notes that anyone using a 4K display should have at least 12 gigs of video RAM. Many recent high-end games have encountered performance difficulties in 4K when running on GPUs with 8 gigs or 10 gigs of memory, such as the RTX 3080. And it says here the Game PC edition features improved lighting and textures compared to the PlayStation 5 version. Furthermore, DualSense functionality is supported over USB. While Square Enix can't promise Steam Deck verification yet, the company is optimizing the game to be playable on handheld gaming PC, which might improve performance overall. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth will be on Steam on Epic Games Store on January 23rd. The full MSRP is $69.99, but a generous 30% early bird discount is available until launch, reducing pre-orders to $48.99, although Square Enix hasn't confirmed whether the PC game received a free demo for users wishing to benchmark their PC. The chances of seeing one are good, as Final Fantasy 16 and PS5 version of Rebirth offer demos. And yeah, so let's see what we got on the specs. I know I passed up on it, but let me go over it. Okay, here's what you gotta have. Okay, minimum 30 FPS 1080p. graphics low, Windows 10 64-bit, GPU AMD Ryzen 5 1400, Intel Core i3 8100, CPU, and then GPU AMD Radeon RX 6600, Intel Arc A580, or NVIDIA Geforce RTX 2060, and then memory 16 gigs of RAM, storage 155 gigs of SSD, and note GPU memory of 12 gigs or greater. Recommend if a 4K monitor is used. Graphics card supporting shader models 6.6 or later versions, and OS supporting DirectX 12 Ultimate required. Alright, now for recommended: 60 FPS 1080p, graphics quality medium, Windows 11 64-bit, CPU AMD Ryzen 5 5600, AMD Ryzen 7 3700X, Intel Core i7 8700, Intel Core i5 10400, and then GPU AMD Radeon RX 6700 XT, NVIDIA Geforce RTX 2070, memory 16 gigs, storage 155 gigs of SSD, GPU memory 12 gigs or greater. Recommend if a 4K monitor is used. And then it says for Ultra now, 60 FPS 2160p, P meaning pixel, Windows 11 64-bit, AMD Ryzen 7 5700X, Intel Core i7 10700. That's for the CPU. Now GPU is AMD Radeon RX 7900 XTX or NVIDIA Geforce RTX 4080. Might as well add a 5090 to that, but I'm just saying. Anyway, memory 16 gigs, storage 155 gigs SSD, and then says GPU memory 16 gigs or greater. Recommend if a 4K monitor is used. So that's the specs for Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. Come out January 2023. No, January 23rd, 2025. So in a couple, what's the date? The 7th. Probably another 13, 14 days from now. Anyway, now on the comments, what we got? 4 comments. Vulcan said this: it runs a low resolution on base PS5 in 60 FPS mode around 1080p, then upscale badly with TAA, trails, and ghosting. It is not especially incredible looking, even account for this. With weak image quality on a 4K TV, PS5 Pro boosts the fidelity a great deal with PSSR. One of the few games you might actually buy for if you're a big FF fan. It would suggest, however, that if you have a smaller or better GPU, you'll get a decent experience on PC. Anyway, PlayStation 5 is not better than PC. Let's just set the record straight. But anyway, V-Tune said this: I'm glad the new RTX 5080 cards comes with 16 gigs of memory. They surely have future-proof written all over them. Spoiler alert: RTX 5080 Super Dual Edition cards will have 24 gigs. Who else is this? Psych Duck said this: did they remove the headache introducing screen flashers when Cloud attacks with his sword? It literally made the remake unplayable for me. And then Human 7 said this: indeed, but if AMD pushes them to reach such a card. Who else? That's it. So that's the specs for the PC. Now the article says, where is this? Where it says something about the Steam Deck. If I'm mistaken here, it says here, while Square Enix can't promise Steam Deck verification yet, the company is optimizing the game to be playable on handheld gaming PCs, which might improve performance. Yeah, especially now that the Steam Deck could already use NVIDIA Geforce, but now NVIDIA made it official. And then you have AMD with FSR3, and of course there's FSR4. And let's not forget with Geforce you have path tracing and ray tracing, and yeah, all that good stuff. So portable PC gamers, Square is working on the it says Square is working on this, but with these specs though, on the minimum specs, based on what I'm looking at, Steam Deck, Asus ROG, Lenovo Legion Go, and MSI Claw should be able to run it. You know, because you need 16 gigs of RAM to run it. You know, so yeah. And for those who modded their Steam Decks and put 32 gigs of RAM on it with 61 terabytes of storage, you have nothing to worry about. You should be able to run this game. So yeah, but January 23rd, this is when the game comes out. And then on the recommended, you need 16, but on Ultra you need 16s. Of course, you could get those motherboards that hold like 128 gigs of RAM, and yeah, and up, you know, and then take it from there, and then get you a nice graphics card, and you're good. With this desktop, laptop, with the eGPU cards, they won't have a problem running it. But now even portable PCs now with the eGPU connector, they can run it too. So yeah, shouldn't be a problem. But right now, as far as the specs goes, that's what they're asking for. Yeah, 16 gigs, 4080. Now for those who got a 4080 card, they might want to swap that out and put a 5090 and let's go for it. You know, let's get it over with. Run it on a 5090. You know, and then be done with it. You know, so yeah, just keep pushing from there. But Windows 10 64-bit, Windows 11 64-bit, yeah, recommend it. On Xbox right now, speaking of Final Fantasy, on Xbox they can play Final Fantasy Online now on the Series X and S. The Series X physical and digital, and the Series S. So yeah, so take advantage of that, man. And, the game is available. 30 FPS on the minimum, 60 on the recommended, 60, 1080p, 2160. Yeah. Anywho, but that's my take on the whole Final Fantasy. You know, Xbox One, they got some Square RPGs that they can play. Whether it's I think Crisis Core, they can play let's see, there's another RPG from Square that I can't think of. They got their Elden Rings, they got Skyrim to deal with, they got Monster Hunter, you know, to deal with. So yeah, they got the Monster Hunter and the Iceborne. So they got some games to play. They got some Final Fantasies from the 7, 8, 9, 12. They can do I think 13 and 14. So they got some RPGs to play on Xbox One. And same thing with PS4. So they will be playing the Elden Ring Night Reigns when it comes out. Xbox One and PS4. Yeah. So they got games to play, man. But on the Series X and PS5 now, they have this, PlayStation 5 has Final Fantasy Rebirth, and the Series X has Final Fantasy Online, Final Fantasy Online to play. So yeah, so Square. I think Square is thinking about bringing some more games, bringing over to on the Xbox side of stuff. So if I see anything, I'll let you know. But as far as Final Fantasy go, yeah, portable PC fans will be good now that they got these new handhelds coming out. You know, so who's that? Lenovo with what's that? 32 gigs of RAM. Plus you have that Oculink port on it. You'll be good. Asus ROG, MSI Claw with the 8 AI. That'll be good. So yeah. GPD. Oh yeah. So yeah, portable PCs, they're good, man. But they came out with the newer versions, you know, to keep up with the demands, you know, of video games. Like, lots of we're in the 7th day already of 2025, so more news and more updates will be coming. Yeah. I mean, because let's see, you got that, and then Spider-Man 2, and then what's that? Let's see, Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, Spider-Man 2. Then you have Monster Hunter Wilds. Then you have Metal Gear. They say it's supposed to be coming out. The article that I looked at says they say it's supposed to be coming out in February. Like, put a question mark by that. Then you have The Last of Us 2. And then you have Elden Ring's Night Rain and all the other games that are coming out for 2025. Probably a new Call of Duty. A new Madden. A new NBA 2K. A new probably NHL. Yeah. And I think what GTA, of course there's news of Half-Life whenever they decide to drop that thing. So yeah, of course there's GTA 6. So yeah, 2025 is good in video games, man. So I'll keep you guys in the loop. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Nice talking to you people again. Crystal, Star Wars, Star Trek thing. Dark Side. Go. Peace. Oh.